My friends, welcome to 2025, a year brimming with opportunities, challenges, and possibilities. Today, I want to talk to you about the most exciting project you'll ever work on you. Because here's the truth: success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. So let's dive into 4 key principles to improve yourself in 2025, Jim Rohn style. In the quest for personal improvement, there is no principle more transformative than mastering your daily habits. Habits are the foundation upon which your success is built. They are the small actions repeated consistently that shape your character, influence your productivity, and determine the quality of your life. When we examine the lives of successful individuals, one thing becomes abundantly clear: their achievements are not the result of occasional bursts of effort, but the outcome of disciplined, habitual actions taken day after day. Consider the immense power of small, consistent efforts. It's easy to underestimate the impact of daily choices because their results are not immediately apparent. Skipping a workout today or indulging in an unhealthy snack might seem insignificant, but these small decisions repeated over time can snowball into significant consequences. Similarly, dedicating just 15 minutes a day to reading or learning a new skill might not feel groundbreaking in the moment, but over weeks, months, and years, it compounds into a wealth of knowledge and ability. This is the essence of the principle that success is the sum of small efforts repeated daily. To master your habits, the first step is awareness. You must take a clear-eyed look at your current routines and behaviors. Are they serving you or sabotaging you? Each habit you engage in either moves you closer to your goals or further away from them. Identify the habits that are holding you back, whether it's procrastination, excessive screen time, or neglecting your physical health, and replace them with habits that propel you forward. It's not enough to simply stop doing something negative. You must actively cultivate positive behaviors to fill the void. Once you've identified the habits you want to change, the key to success lies in starting small. Too often, people fall into the trap of setting grandiose goals that become overwhelming. They decide to overhaul their lives overnight, only to find themselves burnt out or discouraged when they can't sustain such drastic changes. Instead, focus on creating tiny, manageable habits that can be easily integrated into your daily routine. Want to start exercising? Begin with a 5-minute walk. Want to read more? Commit to just 1 page a day. These small steps may seem trivial, but they build momentum and lay the groundwork for larger changes over time. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns habits into a powerful force for transformation. It's not about being perfect, but about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when motivation wanes, and that's when the discipline of habit takes over. This is why it's so important to make your habits as simple and effortless as possible. Remove any barriers or friction that might prevent you from following through. For example, if you want to work out in the morning, lay out your exercise clothes the night before. If you want to eat healthier, keep nutritious snacks within easy reach and eliminate junk food from your home. Another crucial aspect of mastering habits is tracking your progress. What gets measured gets managed. By keeping a record of your habits, you create accountability for yourself and gain a sense of accomplishment as you see your streaks grow. Whether it's a physical journal, a digital app, or a simple checklist, tracking your habits reinforces your commitment and provides tangible evidence of your efforts. Even on days when it feels like you're not making much progress, those little check marks serve as a reminder that you're moving in the right direction. It's also important to attach your habits to a deeper sense of purpose. Habits are easier to maintain when they are connected to your values and long-term goals. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, remind yourself of the reasons why: to have more energy, to live longer, to set a positive example for your children. When your habits are tied to a compelling why, they become more meaningful and resilient in the face of challenges. One of the most effective strategies for habit formation is leveraging the power of cues and rewards. A cue is a trigger that reminds you to perform a habit, such as brushing your teeth right after waking up. By pairing your desired habit with an existing routine or a specific time of day, you create a natural reminder to follow through. Rewards, on the other hand, provide positive reinforcement that makes your brain associate the habit with pleasure. These rewards don't have to be extravagant. Even something as simple as a mental pat on the back or a cup of tea after completing a task can make a big difference. It's also worth noting that not all habits are created equal. Some habits, known as keystone habits, have a ripple effect that influences other areas of your life. For example, regular exercise often leads to improved mood, better sleep, and healthier eating habits. Identifying and focusing on keystone habits can amplify your efforts and create a cascade of positive changes. Finally, be patient with yourself. Habits take time to form, and there will be setbacks along the way. The key is to stay committed and view each day as an opportunity to start fresh. Even if you falter, don't let one slip turn into a downward spiral. Get back on track as quickly as possible, and remember that every effort counts. In conclusion, mastering your daily habits is not just about achieving specific goals, but about becoming the kind of person who consistently works toward their best self. It's about aligning your actions with your values and creating a life that reflects your highest aspirations. As you embark on this journey in 2025, remember that the little things you do every day are not little at all. They are the building blocks of your future. Take charge of your habits and watch as they transform your life in ways you never thought possible. One of the most profound truths in life is that we are heavily influenced by the people we surround ourselves with. Whether we realize it or not, the individuals we spend our time with shape our thoughts, actions, and ultimately our future. If you want to improve your life in 2025, one of the most powerful steps you can take is to intentionally choose and surround yourself with the right people. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," and this statement holds tremendous weight. The people in your life can either lift you up or hold you back. Think about the people you currently interact with on a regular basis. Do they challenge you to think bigger, act smarter, and push harder toward your goals? Or do they pull you down with negativity, complacency, or distractions? The truth is, your environment plays a massive role in shaping your mindset and behavior. It's easy to fall into the trap of spending time with people who are comfortable, familiar, and non-challenging, but that won't lead to growth. Growth comes from being around people who inspire you, motivate you, and hold you accountable to your highest potential. The first step in surrounding yourself with the right people is becoming intentional about your relationships. It's not just about who is in your life, but about choosing to spend more time with those who align with your values, your goals, and your vision for the future. This doesn't mean cutting ties with people who may not be where you want to be. But it does mean finding balance and ensuring that the majority of your time is spent with people who will elevate you. You need to prioritize quality over quantity when it comes to your circle of influence. Start by identifying the types of people you want to surround yourself with. You want people who are positive, motivated, and forward-thinking. Seek individuals who are where you want to be in life or who are actively working towards similar goals. These are the people who will challenge you to stretch your limits, to overcome obstacles, and to believe in your own potential. They will encourage you to keep going when things get tough, and they will provide the kind of support and inspiration that makes achieving your goals feel not just possible, but inevitable. Another crucial aspect of surrounding yourself with the right people is ensuring that your relationships are reciprocal. Healthy, growth-oriented relationships are built on mutual respect, support, and trust. The people you spend time with should not only inspire you, but also be willing to support your dreams and ambitions. Likewise, you must be willing to give back to them in the same way. Relationships that are one-sided, where you're constantly giving without receiving, or vice versa, will eventually lead to burnout and resentment. Surround yourself with people who are not only positive influences, but who also invest in your growth and success just as much as you invest in theirs. It's also important to actively seek out mentors or role models, individuals who have already achieved what you aspire to accomplish. Mentorship is invaluable, and having someone who can provide guidance, wisdom, and feedback can fast-track your personal growth. These mentors are not just there to advise you, but to challenge you, to see things in you that you may not yet see in yourself, and to push you beyond your limits. A mentor helps you avoid common pitfalls and shortcuts the learning process, making your journey towards success smoother and more efficient. But mentorship doesn't only come from people who have already achieved your specific goals. Sometimes mentors can be found in unexpected places, whether it's through books, podcasts, or observing the lives of people who demonstrate strong values and leadership qualities. You can learn from anyone who is living a life that reflects the type of person you want to become. Seek out people who embody the qualities you admire, and don't be afraid to learn from them, even if they aren't directly involved in your personal life. Of course, you should also be mindful of the people who drag you down. Negativity is contagious, and if you're surrounded by people who complain constantly, gossip, or lack ambition, it will slowly start to seep into your own mindset and behavior. These individuals may not have bad intentions, but their mindset can limit your potential and prevent you from achieving your goals. It's important to recognize the impact these relationships have on you and make the decision to set boundaries. This doesn't mean you have to cut people off entirely, but you may need to distance yourself from negative influences and ensure that you have a support system that encourages your growth. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in 2025 is to build a circle of people who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. You don't need to isolate yourself from everyone who isn't perfect for your growth. But it's essential to intentionally seek out and nurture relationships with those who add value to your life. As you do this, you'll start to notice subtle shifts in your own mindset and behavior. You'll feel more confident, more motivated, and more capable of achieving your dreams. Surrounding yourself with the right people isn't just about success, it's about creating an environment of growth, positivity, and mutual support. Life is a journey. And it's much easier to navigate when you have the right people by your side, people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. By surrounding yourself with individuals who elevate your mindset and aspirations, you set yourself up for success, not only in 2025, but for the rest of your life. So take a good look at the people around you and ask yourself, are they helping you become the person you want to be? If not, it's time to make some changes and seek out those who will help you reach your full potential. In a world that often prioritizes the pursuit of external goals, it's easy to get caught up in the chase for achievements. We set goals for our career, finances, relationships, and health with the belief that reaching these targets will bring us happiness, fulfillment, and success. But the truth is, the key to lasting success and personal satisfaction lies not in the goals themselves, but in the process of personal growth that takes place along the way. It's not enough to simply focus on the destination. True success comes from the journey of becoming a better, more capable person every single day. When we focus solely on goals, we risk neglecting the internal development that makes those goals attainable and meaningful. Goals give us direction, but personal growth provides the foundation and mindset to achieve them. It's about continuously improving who you are, how you think, and how you approach challenges. If you only focus on the result, you miss the opportunity to become the person who can truly appreciate and sustain that result. Personal growth is the silent force that propels us forward and gives us the resilience, wisdom, and capacity to handle whatever life throws our way. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on personal growth is that it shifts your mindset from a fixed perspective to a growth mindset. When you prioritize developing yourself, you understand that setbacks and failures are not permanent obstacles, but stepping stones toward greater achievements. You begin to see challenges as opportunities to learn, refine your skills, and expand your capabilities. This mindset fosters resilience and encourages perseverance, qualities that are essential for long-term success. In fact, without personal growth, achieving your goals might bring temporary satisfaction, but it won't necessarily bring lasting happiness or fulfillment. It's the process of growth that provides the sense of accomplishment and joy that you seek. In order to focus on personal growth, you must first recognize that it's a lifelong journey. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't happen without effort. It requires consistent work, self-reflection, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. Personal growth is not just about acquiring new knowledge or skills, it's about developing a deeper understanding of yourself and evolving into a better version of who you are. It means confronting your weaknesses, pushing past your fears, and striving to become the kind of person who not only reaches their goals but exceeds them. A key aspect of personal growth is continual learning. The world is full of information, and the most successful people are those who constantly seek to expand their knowledge. This doesn't necessarily mean formal education. It can take many forms, from reading books and attending seminars to learning from mentors, peers, or personal experiences. By committing to lifelong learning, you stay open to new ideas, perspectives, and innovations, which helps you adapt to change and stay competitive. The more you invest in learning, the more you will grow, not just in terms of knowledge, but in confidence, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. The more you learn, the more you evolve as a person. But learning isn't just about adding more information to your brain, it's about applying that knowledge in meaningful ways. Personal growth is not just theoretical, it's practical. It's about translating what you've learned into action. Whether it's a new skill you've acquired, a new habit you've formed, or a new perspective you've embraced, the goal is always to incorporate these elements into your everyday life. Action is what turns knowledge into real-world success. Without action, learning remains just an idea. Growth happens when you put what you know into practice and allow it to shape your decisions and behaviors. Another key to personal growth is self-awareness. In order to improve, you must first understand where you are and where you want to go. Self-awareness allows you to identify your strengths and areas for improvement. It helps you recognize your limiting beliefs, your fears, and the patterns of behavior that might be holding you back. With this awareness, you can set more realistic goals and create a plan that aligns with who you are and what you want to achieve. The process of self-discovery is ongoing. It's about becoming increasingly attuned to your inner thoughts, emotions, and actions, and learning how to manage them effectively. The more you understand yourself, the better equipped you are to handle challenges and make informed decisions. Focusing on personal growth also involves cultivating emotional intelligence. The ability to manage your emotions, empathize with others, and navigate relationships effectively is a crucial part of growth. Success isn't just about achieving tangible outcomes. It's also about building strong connections with others, handling stress with grace, and responding to life's challenges in a way that reflects emotional maturity. By working on your emotional intelligence, you develop the resilience and interpersonal skills needed to thrive in any environment. As you focus on personal growth, it's important to recognize that growth is not always linear. There will be periods of rapid progress, as well as times when you feel stuck or like you've plateaued. This is normal, and it's part of the process. Growth involves both forward momentum and reflection, taking time to pause and assess what you've learned and where you need to improve. When you encounter setbacks, instead of focusing on the disappointment or frustration, shift your focus to what the experience is teaching you. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve next time? This mindset not only accelerates growth, but also helps you bounce back faster when things don't go according to plan. In addition to self-reflection, another important part of personal growth is taking responsibility for your actions and decisions. Successful people understand that they are the architects of their own lives. They don't blame circumstances or other people for their failures. Instead, they take ownership of their mistakes and use them as learning opportunities. When you take responsibility for your growth, you empower yourself to make positive changes and control your destiny. Ultimately, focusing on personal growth means committing to the process of becoming the best version of yourself, regardless of where you start. It's not just about accomplishing external goals, but about continually improving, evolving, and striving for excellence. The more you focus on growth, the more capable you become of achieving your goals, and the more fulfilling the journey becomes. Personal growth is the true key to success. If you work on becoming better every day, your goals will not only be achievable, but they will be just the beginning of even greater accomplishments. Life is not a straight line. It's a series of cycles, each with its own unique challenges, lessons, and rewards. Much like the seasons of the year, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, our lives unfold in distinct phases, and each season carries its own purpose and beauty. When we learn to embrace these seasons, we unlock the ability to flow with life rather than struggle against it. Understanding and accepting the seasons of life allows us to move forward with grace, resilience, and wisdom. The first season of life that many of us experience is the spring, a time of beginnings, growth, and potential. Spring represents new opportunities and fresh starts. It's a time when energy is high and possibilities feel endless. Just like the earth bursts forth with new life after the cold of winter, our springtime moments are filled with enthusiasm, creativity, and hope. It's during these seasons that we often embark on new projects, relationships, and ventures. These moments are filled with excitement and optimism as we plant the seeds for future success. However, spring is also a season of experimentation. Not everything we try will flourish, and this is perfectly okay. Spring, in its essence, is about planting many seeds and seeing which ones grow. Not every endeavor we begin will come to fruition right away, and that's something we must accept. The key to embracing this season is to take action with the understanding that growth may take time. Spring is about learning, trying new things, and being open to new possibilities without fear of failure. Every small step you take in this season, whether successful or not, adds value to your personal journey. As we move into summer, the days grow longer and the hard work and efforts from the spring begin to bear fruit. Summer is a time of peak activity, productivity, and achievement. This is when we see the results of our labor and enjoy the fruits of our earlier efforts. In our lives, the summer represents the time when our careers, relationships, and personal growth hit full stride. It's the season when the work we've put into developing our skills, nurturing relationships, and pursuing our passions begins to manifest in visible, tangible ways. However, summer isn't just about achievement, it's also about sustaining energy and focus. During this phase, we must continue working hard, but we must also make sure not to overextend ourselves. The warmth and vibrancy of summer can easily lead to burnout if we aren't mindful of taking time for rest and reflection. Just as farmers know when to rest and allow their crops to grow, we must recognize when it's time to recharge and nourish ourselves. Embracing the summer of life means recognizing that it's not just about action, it's also about maintaining balance and enjoying the rewards of what we've cultivated. But as with all seasons, summer eventually gives way to autumn, a time of change, reflection, and letting go. Autumn represents a season of transition. In nature, the trees shed their leaves to prepare for the colder months. And in life, autumn is a time when we must let go of things that no longer serve us. This could mean letting go of old habits, outdated beliefs, or relationships that have run their course. It's also a season of reflection, where we take stock of what we've learned and accomplished and begin to prepare for the next phase. In the autumn of life, we may find that some of our plans haven't worked out as we expected. And that's okay. Not everything we start in spring or build in summer is meant to last forever. Autumn teaches us the importance of releasing the old in order to make space for the new. Embracing this season requires courage, letting go of things that no longer fit your life, even if they once seemed important. Sometimes the most difficult but necessary part of personal growth is realizing when it's time to move on, whether from a job, a relationship, or an old identity. The final season we encounter is winter, a time of rest, recovery, and renewal. Winter is often perceived as a challenging time, as it can be marked by loss, hardship, or periods of stagnation. Just as nature slows down and hibernates during winter, we too must recognize the value of rest. Winter is a season where we retreat inward, reflect on the lessons of the previous seasons, and prepare ourselves for the next cycle of growth. During winter, we may face difficulties, personal setbacks, financial struggles, or emotional challenges. It's easy to see winter as a season of failure, but in reality, it's often a time of deep inner work and personal transformation. In winter, we learn patience and resilience. This is the time when we must trust that the seeds we planted in the previous seasons are still growing. even if we can't see the results right away. Embracing winter means accepting the quiet, slower pace of life and recognizing that even in times of dormancy, there is progress. It's also a season for self-care and reflection, taking the time to replenish our energy, heal old wounds, and prepare ourselves for the next phase of growth. The beauty of life's seasons is that they are cyclical. Each one has its own challenges and rewards, but none of them last forever. Just as winter gives way to spring, our difficult seasons eventually transition into times of growth, renewal, and opportunity. Understanding the cyclical nature of life allows us to face each season with grace and acceptance, knowing that each phase serves a purpose. When we embrace the seasons of life, we stop resisting change and instead learn to flow with it. We stop clinging to one phase or trying to avoid another. Instead of fearing the quiet of winter, we recognize its value. Instead of rushing through the growth of spring, we savor the process. When we embrace the seasons of life, we learn to honor each phase, trusting that each one brings us closer to becoming the best version of ourselves. The key to navigating life's seasons is understanding that no matter where you are right now, whether you're in the spring of new beginnings, the summer of achievement, the autumn of reflection, or the winter of rest, each season is part of your journey. They are all necessary, they are all valuable, and they are all leading you to where you're meant to be. By embracing each season fully, you not only grow stronger and wiser, but also develop a deep sense of peace with the ebb and flow of life itself.